and welcome. This is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. 33 new police vehicles were presented to the Special Services Division for the Southern Mobile Squad Group at McGregor Police Barracks in Port Moresby on Saturday, June 7th. The vehicle presentation is part of the Royal Papua New Guinea's Constabulary's refleet program throughout the country. Police Commissioner David Manning handed over the keys of the 33 vehicles to the Director of the Special Services Division, Chief Superintendent Michael Tiale, during a small but significant event that was witnessed by the SSD members, the Constabulary and the members of the public. When making his presentation, Acting Assistant Commissioner Logistics Chris Smith said the presentation marked the final completion of the Special Services Division's new vehicles around the country, made possible through the RPNGC refleeting program. Mr. Smith said they have already presented the vehicles to the Northern Mobile Squad Groups, Highlands Mobile Squad Groups, and now the Southern Mobile Squad Group. He also said that 33 vehicles cover Mobile Squad 1, 2, 3, 4, and Mobile Squad 20 of the Air Tactical Unit Training Wing of the McGregor. ACP Smith urged members to use the vehicles for their intended purpose and refrain from misusing the vehicles. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News. In Palawan, the Philippines and the United States have wrapped up Kam Kamandang 9, an annual joint military exercise that highlights their enduring defense partnerships. Kamandang, which means Cooperation of Warriors of the Sea, is more than just a drill. It's a symbol of nearly 80 years of alliance under the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty. This year's training was bigger and more complex, focusing on ambitious landings, jungle warfare, and rapid response coordination between the Philippine Marine Corps and U.S. Marine from the Marine Rotational Force Darwin. Although the main exercise is over, a U.S. Marine Rifle Company will remain in Palawan for the next 6 weeks. Their mission: to sharpen infantry skills in one of the toughest training environments, the jungle. As tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific, Kamandang 9 sends a strong signal: peace and stability are best upheld through unity, strength, and shared commitment. It's been 3 months since Cyclone Alfred battled the Queensland coast. The cleanup still has a long way to go on the Gold Coast, which suffered the storm's most destructive southern edge.
The scars from Cyclone Alfred run deep on the Gold Coast. 3 months on, the city's famous beaches are still depleted.
I'd be scared if I lived along here with the amount of erosion.
Rock walls remain exposed despite $30 million spent on sand pumping. Beaches are expected to take 3 years to fully recover.
If we were ready to buy right now, we wouldn't buy right on the water's edge or that bank, because you just don't know if another one's going to come through, or because it's still corroding.
It's a big job, but it's been done before.
That's the first time we've seen that boulder wall for 26 years, and it'll recover again. The sand backpassing will bring sand back.
This tree was one of thousands ripped up by the storm. Gold Coast Council says 2,500 fell across the city, 500 of which still need to be cleared. The emotional damage from Alfred is also taking its toll. The Spindler family home was crushed in an instant when a gum tree toppled. It could take years to repair.
We just don't know where we're going to be in 6 months, a year, 18 months. That's, the toughest part to deal with.
Successive disasters and a housing and skills shortage haven't helped the cleanup.
You think to Townsville and you look further south with the floods and what's just happened. I mean, it's crazy the amount of natural disasters that's happened.
With so much work still to do, he says there's no time to dwell on misfortune.
There's things you can control, there's things you can't. You tuck it in, you get on, we've got a job to do.
Don James was assessing damages to his property after record-breaking floods hit his town in May when a kangaroo unexpectedly attacked him.
Came the devastating flood, then a near-death experience with a kangaroo.
He was just a big fella by himself on the side of the road, feeding, eating grass.
Moments later, the agitated marsupial attacked nearby cars before making a beeline for Don.
He was just coming at me flat out. It was sort of like he was just there.
The pair ended up in waist-deep water by the side of the road.
I know that's what kangaroos do to drown you or rip you open.
As the roo held him down, drowning, Don cried for help.
So I started throwing backward elbows.
Neighbour, Christy Lees, witnessed the ordeal from her car.
The kangaroo was on top of him and I could see his head trying to stick out of the water, and it registered to me like, this is really bad, something really bad can happen in this situation.
Made myself big, throwing my arms around, and at that point it scared it and it took off.
Eastern grey kangaroos can weigh up to 95 kilograms and grow larger than 2 metres. But attacks on humans are rare, with less than 5 people being treated each year for kangaroo-related injuries in New South Wales.
They'll normally have the fight and flight mentality, but if they can't disappear, then that's when they're likely to attack.
Meredith Ryan says people who come across a threatening kangaroo should walk away quietly.
But if it does come for you, fall onto the ground in a ball or on the ground, and make sure you cover your head and your throat, because that's where the animal will attack.
It's really quite scary what happens, but there is a bit of that Aussie humour in it.
The Mid-North Coast's very own kangaroo Don D.
In the remote Anti community of Baranga, thousands of people have been camping out for a festival of Indigenous art, music and dance. The hosts have also used the opportunity to express their solidarity with the Walpiri people over the death of Kumanjai White in police custody.
There's been everything from spear making to weaving to a new Indigenous fashion show at this year's Baranga Festival. The extraordinary red flag dancers from Numbulwar in Arnhem Land took to the stage here yesterday evening. But this festival is also a place which has a long tradition as somewhere where powerful statements from Indigenous Australia are made. And this year was a strong example of that. The TVWAN traditional owners who host this festival unfurled a large banner yesterday which said that they stand with Yundamu and they demand justice for Kumanjai White, the young Walpiri man who died in police custody in a Coles in Alice Springs. TVWAN traditional owner Lisa Mumbin said she was personally very disappointed in the Northern Territory Police. She made reference to a number of her family members who have worked with the Northern Territory Police in the past. And she said that the TVWAN people from up here in the Big Rivers region near Katherine were standing side by side with their Walpiri cousins further to the south in the Northern Territory.
You know, I feel so disappointed. I work with the police. Many times I support the police, our law. And here we are, we still got our police force that is supposed to keep us safe. We know they deal with many hard things in life, but what took place just wasn't accepted at all.
So a strong message that was delivered in front of thousands of people here at the Baranga Festival, alongside all of the culture, music and art.
In sports, PNG Hunters received a reality check on home turf, suffering a massive 16-50 defeat at the hands of Redcliffe Dolphins at the Santos National Football Stadium on Sunday. The Hunters looked set to bag another win at home in the first half, but the visitors dominated the second half and got away with the win. The Dolphins piled on 9 tries through Dontri Lau, Ablex Taha and Tom Apasik, scoring a double each for the visitors. Elijah Roltinga and Solo Wane were the Hunters' only try scorers, with Trevor Solo kicking 2 from 3 conversions. Here are the match highlights.
Nice play there from the Dolphins that have gone over for the first try. It's Dantore Louis.
Here come the Hunters. Solo Wane turning them inside out and he makes the break. Wane, who's got the line in front of him, puts the head down. Good chase by Louis. Wane's going to get over the line and score. What a try for the Hunters.
Solo Wane, the speed demon.
Good shape out to the open side. James now chips it in behind. Ethan Kwai-Ward chasing hard. Picks it up, gives it to Nat McGavin. Puts a grabber kick back in. They're all over the place. Looks like they're going to score it to death again. Icing on the cake here for Josh James.
Are they going to give
what
it?
What a win.
Oh, they gave it.
A try of his own.
And that ends our midday news. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin. Bye now.